Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I welcome you into this session, this webinar, Introduction to Precise Traders, Trading Signals and Reports. Okay, just please take note of the ground rules. Okay, for those of you, when I was so sometimes I might be moving fast or slow, but whatever is it, you just take note. Just highlight me. If anything is not clear, please voice out. Then I can explain to you clearly. Okay, do take note of the risk disclosure. Okay, this is purely is going to be education. Okay, and of course, whatever risk you're taking is on your own uh, guidance, and make sure that you follow the risk disclosure. Okay, the agenda for today. Basically, what we are going to do today is, okay, I'm going to share with you the types of instruments we are dealing with, and the types of reports we generate day to day, and types of signals we generate day to day, and types of orders for those of you who are totally new to this industry, who are coming in totally new. That means who doesn't have any knowledge or any idea on forex. So these are the things you need to know, and of course, money management. Okay, what we do is in Precise Trader is, okay, this is going to be a service provider. Okay, basically it provides services to traders across the around the world, meaning, for those of you, it can be, full-time traders, part-time professionals, and whoever, wants to use the service, of course, you can do. So the good thing about, of course, Forex is being a 24 hours market. It works around the clock, and it's 5 days a week. Then, of course, Saturday, Sunday is off. Then, 5 days we can, uh, wait, Simon Ang is asking something. Can, okay, okay, see whether he is able to connect. Okay, yeah. So then, of course, live signals. Okay, I want to show you how we do day in day out, meaning a trade, and how do we take the trade. Okay, one thing you must understand is, this is purely, this is not a gambling. Okay, what we are doing is more or less towards speculation. Okay, what do I mean by speculation? Meaning, we have some infos, and of course we want to capitalize on the infos, and we work on probabilities. In short, what we do is, like, when, of course, in this business, there's nobody in this world who's got 100% success, or, like 100%, meaning, like, they put in like 10 trades, 10 out of 10 is a winning trade. Okay, there's no one in this world. Okay, we are working on probabilities. So in short, what we do is, when we make money, we try to capitalize on it. When we lose, we try to go with the minimum damage. So there's no way we can escape stopped out or losing money in the market. Okay, hold on. Okay, then of course, finally after the session, towards the end, we have a Q&A whereby you can throw all the questions and any doubts you want to know about this industry. Career prospects, of course, we are also looking, we are seriously, hunting for traders. Okay, meaning in the sense, you see, we can generate the signals, we can generate the calls, and what we need is, we need people who are attentive, who are able to follow regulations and rules, and of course, more, decisive. That means they go on their own pace and take decisions so that we can make money as one family. Okay, the types of instruments. You'll be surprised. In fact, there is not many companies that I know of, providing that such a vast uh, varieties of currencies and commodities and CFDs providing services. Either, if they are providing, there would be a there would be a very big team. Okay, meaning in the sense, they will be having like 40, 50 staffs working on it, and each one concentrating on few currencies, and they provide the services. But ours is a bit different. Okay, we have developed the system. I think previously I have said on the uh okay yeah, previously I said that We have developed a system. We have spent close to more than $1 million on the system, and the system help us to identify opportunities, and the system helps us to decide where to put entry, exit, and stop loss. And of course, the important game is, of course, the system is only 30 to 40% of the job, but majority of the job is done by the proper money management, controlling emotions. It all has to packaged as one shot. So like a quick about the instruments. Okay, these are called the majors. Majors meaning, like Euro USD, Pound USD, Dollar Yen, Dollar Swiss, Aussie, US CAD, New Zealand. All these are called major currencies. Okay, that means all these are the main trading in forex, and you have a huge volume day in day out. I think it's estimated to be more than 3 to 4 trillion value of dollars exchange hands daily on these currencies, and we can trade any one of these crosses. As a result, the reason why we are able to look for opportunities and identify opportunities is because we have a huge choice in our basket, and that helps us to decide on the uh, opportunities. At the same time, less, when I say opportunities, means a higher probability of winning. At the same time, there is a high chance of not losing money unnecessarily. And we also do on commodities. Okay, all these are called commodities like gold, crude, platinum, natural gas, palladium, heating oil. All these are called commodities. And all these are index futures or CFDs. We got Dow Jones, DAX, S&P, FTSE, all this. So I'm sure you all have heard, either you have heard from CNBC, Bloomberg, or in any of this. All these are instruments that we used in our day-to-day analysis and trading. Any questions so far on these types of instruments? Anyone is not clear or anything you want to know about this? In short, just a quick short thing, like when you say Euro USD, okay, when we say buy, we always refer to the base currency. What do we mean by base currency? Means when we buy this currency, that means we are buying euro, and when we sell, means we are selling euro against US dollar. So the first currency is called the base currency, and that's the currency we buy and sell. The other currency is called a counter currency, and usually our profits will be in that currency. That means when we buy 100,000 euro, if let's say you make uh, 10 pips or 20 pips, so this 10 pips or 20 pips, it will be in US, because your profit will be in the counter currency, and that's how it works. Okay. Are you all with me? Any questions on this? Anything you want to ask, feel free to ask. Okay. Okay, next, the types of reports. Every day we generate reports on all these currencies, especially the majors and the crosses. We will be commencing soon. And this is once our website goes full-fledged, we will be providing services on all these crosses. Okay, this report. Okay, this is called a trend report. Okay, maybe I can show you in. Let me show you on that report. Okay, this all this, you need to have a subscription, and then you have access, and this is called a trend report. This report is a very, very useful report, especially you want to become a trader, or you want to trade on your own. Okay, what the report does is it gives you, in fact, bird's eye view of entire of that currency, and what is to be expected, and how can we look at this report and take our trade decisions. Looking at the report, okay, we give you a trend directions on four different time frames. Okay, on the hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and every day, we update on the daily and hourly, and weekly and monthly will be updated once a week, and monthly maybe twice a month or even once a month. Okay, in short, how do you look at this report, and what do you do? How do we trade? All this You can get the information on this report if you want to become a full-time trader and if you want to take your decisions on your own. Looking at this report, I'll just show you one example. Euro. Okay, euro, it says the hourly, it says sideways plus. Okay, means sideways plus, it means the market is moving sideways, but plus signs indicates that it's expected to move higher. So basically the market is in a range and we are expecting it to push higher. And when you look at the daily, it says turning up, and as long as 1110, that level, what we mentioned, this level is as long as the price doesn't break that level, then our view is valid for the day or for the entire 6 hours we are talking about. So once the level is break or broken, or meaning the price closes below that, then chances are we are wrong. Then we may give you the new view and the new levels. So, and the weekly is sideways minus and monthly is congestion down. So looking at all these four, okay, what do I conclude is the market in the near term, okay, it looks the market is going to push higher, but upside is going to be limited and it should turn before 11450, and that's what I conclude by looking at this report. So I'm a trader. Okay, I'm a trader and I'm a full-time trader and I want to trade on this. So basically what I do is I look to go for a buy for a low risk opportunity, and I look to buy at the best levels and get out with the minimum loss in the event if I go wrong. And of course, I try to maximize the profit. That means if I'm wrong, I mean, if I right, then of course I make the maximum profit for the day. So now, next is looking at the next table here. It gives you the entire movement of all the euro. That means, we have referring to where are these levels. The here the mention OP means opening price, R1 means resistance zone 1, R1 resistance zone 1. So overall is the buying strength is coming on this cross, which is also supporting our view. So mainly we are a buyer. And of course, these are the previous high and low levels for your guidance. So that means what you got to do is if you want to go for a buy, you have to make sure that we exit. Like, let's assume I go for a buy. So when I go for a buy, I can hold my buy positions provided it goes above previous day high, or the next high is uh, current month high, which is 11265, which is also green and the red, and that's the level. So that means, in other words, I go for a buy and I make sure that I book my profit before 11255 or 11265. Okay, now looking at this, of course, this view, it depends on different time frame. Okay, later I'll explain to you how this is done. Now next is, where do I go for a buy? The simplest and the easiest way to go for a buy is buy at the at or near the support zone 1 or support zone 2. So that means you can buy near 11205 or near 1185 and put a stop loss below zone 3 or zone 4, and you take your profit before your resistance zone 1 or resistance zone. So looking at this report alone, I can put in a trade. I'll look for a buy near 11205, and I try to exit before 11265, and this is going to be my scalping trade or day trading, and that's how the decision is taken. So looking at our calls, okay, you can look at on the signals. Okay, maybe for scalping signals, what was the call I've given. See, look at this call was given in the morning. Okay, we are trying to buy at 11215, and we are trying to exit at 11265, and we are trying to put our stop loss at 11175. And when we entered that trade, I mean, when we put in the trade, that market was trading at 11234. And one thing I want to tell you is, our website is very transparent. Okay, there's no gimmick or no hiding. And whatever we do, we are very transparent, and you can trade, and you can also be part of the family. Meaning, you just want to come in and feel it for yourself to see how easy it can be. This is I'll tell you as we go on, how we are doing things, and how you can be also a good trader, even though you don't have any experience or zero knowledge on this business. Okay, any questions so far? Any questions you feel you voice out? Okay, I'll explain to you.
Raju.
Camera, and you can ask your questions, or you can type chat everyone, so everyone can see your questions, then I can answer your questions. Kathy, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your question, please?
Uh,
Are you typing? You type.
yes. I'm a bit confused. Entry, you're using critical support.
No, 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 this is not nothing to do with critical support. Okay, I did not talk about critical support. I i was saying that entry is at support zone 1 or support zone 2 if you're a buyer, and if you're a seller, you sell at resistance zone 1 or resistance zone 2. Okay, anyway, this is first time you're seeing. Okay, for information, first time is totally, it will be new to you. Okay, I'm just sharing with you the way which how we are doing things. And you see the critical support and critical resistance are meaning, that's the final target you can expect. So there's got no critical resistance and I did not mention anything about critical resistance and critical support. So I only said support zone 1, support zone 2. If you are a buyer, near, you have to buy near or at the level. Is that clear?
Yeah, if I decide to go in to buy, so
Yeah,
I'm looking at, support zone one, right down 2, 3, 4,
yeah.
right? Then if I want to exit, and that's where I move up to resistance.
No, like as I told you, this is for those traders, full-time traders who want to go as we go on. Okay.
Okay.
For you who are totally new, you can just simply follow our signals.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to worry about this. This is for mainly because this whole program, what I'm showing you is I'm just showing you what are the things, how we are doing things, so at least you can get a rough idea.
All right.
So just by looking at this, you will not become a trader tomorrow. As we go on gradually, when we travel
Okay.
together, then you would know how we are doing, why we are doing. Then you would know how to reason and this.
Okay.
So this today, what I would suggest, you just understand the whole picture.
Okay.
Okay, you just try to understand. And definitely, you will not straight away understood by just by one session, because you must understand this is from me. Whatever
Yeah.
the
Noted.
product you are
Noted.
seeing is 25 years of hard work.
Yep.
Has compressed and brought it in such short form.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Noted.
no
Noted.
worries, no worries, no need to worry about it. As we go on, then you will slowly understand why. But today you just have the feel.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just for everyone. So no, no, I mean it's good you asked, but I'm just telling you, no need to like panic or what, because this is just a set of numbers. How reliable is the number? You see, how
Yeah.
reliable is the number? You can only feel it until you use it and you feel it. There's no way, you can just see the numbers and you will not be able to appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no worries, no worries. You just see anything. Of course, this is just a first session. I mean, first session you're looking. in your lifetime in this. So this would definitely, there are a lot of things in this report. It's got stars, different star levels. It's got the strength of that levels, then critical level support and all these things. So there's a lot of things to learn.
Okay.
So not to worry on that. Huh? No worries. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now with that, I proceed to the next topic. Order types. Okay. There are generally different types of orders. Okay, you can enter market. That means you hit the market. That means whatever the market is trading now, you just try to buy or sell at the market. Okay, and we have a limit order price and we have a stop order. So market price, usually you take entry at the market price. So that means you are not prepared to bargain on the market. That means, for instance, if let's say euro is trading at 112.35, and you feel that you're going to miss the opportunity, you don't want to miss, so you just hit the market and you may get 35 or even 37 or 38, by the time, because the market moves every millisecond. So the moment once you click the market, it can be slightly, you can get a better fill, or you can even get one or two fill, and that's the risk you are taking whenever you put in a market price, because sometimes the market can be very volatile and can be very hectic. And on the limit buy, okay, limit buy, what it means is you are buying better than the market price. If you are a buyer, then you buy lower at the market price. So in other words, if let's say you're looking at euro to buy right now, the market is 112.35, and you feel that I don't want to enter at 35, and you just like you want to slightly bargain, maybe I want to buy at 30, 5 pips lower. It's just like, any product you go and buy, normally you buy, like I mean, of course, nowadays in Singapore, most of the prices they mention, whatever the price listed, you just pay and take it out, especially you walk into any shopping centers or any malls, any shopping malls. But some of the places where you can go and bargain, so that's where you do, and this is the same thing. We bargain with the market, meaning we try to enter better than the market price. And limit sell, okay, it means sell better than the market price or higher than the market price. So in other words, right now, if market is trading at 112.35 and I want to sell, that means I want to sell slightly higher. Maybe I'll sell at 112.40 or 112.45. And of course, when you put a limit sell and limit buy, the chances of you sometimes missing the entry is very high. That means if the market did not reach that level, then you don't get the price filled. And remember that you are only entering the market until the market is filled. That means when the price is filled, then only you are in the market. Until then, you have not entered, and this is nothing to do with whether the market moves up or not. You don't make any single cent, and you only start to enter the market when the order is filled, and whether you are in the money or out of the money, that the market moves, that will explain you. Okay, stop buy. Okay, stop buy order means buy after the break or higher than the market price. And this one may not get filled at the price you wanted. So that means, like for instance, like sometimes we will give you a call, like the euro when it breaks 11265 and above, then that's where you need to put a stop buy. That means I only want to enter the market once the price breaks above that level. And chances are this is a very risky trade, but it can be very rewarding at times, meaning, especially the market, especially even when there is a data announcement or something, when there is a big move on the market, you are still in the business and you are not losing any of the opportunities. The same thing goes for stop sell after the break or lower than the market price. So then this one is like, for instance, I want to sell euro when it breaks 112. So that means what I do is I put a stop sell, and if it breaks, the order will get filled only when it breaks 112. And until then, and you will not see the price triggering, or you will not be entering the market. So far clear? And of course, there's one, we call it OCO, one cancel the other. That means, in our calls, signals, when we generate the signals, Okay, we give all these calls. Okay, sometimes we give a call. You can see one cancel the other. That means if this order is filled, like for instance here, you see here, we have, and all our what do you call this? Our trade, we have a number to track, follow. So we have given an order to buy Aussie at 69 figure, okay, and we have given an order to sell at 70.45, and this, can you see the number, vice versa? That means this is one cancel the other. That means if this order is filled, this order should be cancelled, and if this order is filled, this order should be cancelled. And this is all all our signals will be shown, and you can also do. But the problem with this is, when we key in any of your trading platform, the trading platform doesn't have this function, one cancelled or the other. Then that's where you need to manually do the adjustment, and manually you need to do the tracking. Okay, so far are you all with me? Daryl has a question. Yeah, what's the question, please? Okay, yeah, yeah. Like as I said, Daryl, we are going. Okay, so not to worry. I'll show you everything. So then finally you will see, because I've not given you an initiation trade. So I'll give you one example. Then from there you can conclude. Yeah. Okay. Not to worry. Not to worry. Okay. We will definitely do that. Okay. Now the types of signals we have. In fact, our company, I don't know whether any other companies does. So far to my knowledge, okay, our company is the only one doing in different types of trading, and showing you all being very transparent what we are doing. And we have scalping trading. Okay, the scalping trading means basically it's scalpers, meaning they go for a very small profit, and also the risk is also very small, meaning in the sense they don't take a stop loss more than 40 or 50 pips, and the rewards also less than 50 pips. So they just hit and run, that kind of players. And day trading is for those people who can hold the trade. That means they buy or sell, and they hold for the whole day, or even the next day, maybe 1 or 2 days, and they until they exit with the profit or loss. Momentum trading is the ad hoc trading. That means when the market starts to move, then we try to go in the trade. So that's momentum trading. So this is usually done ad hoc. That means we see, sometimes we're sitting in front of the computer, and we see the market moving, then we'll try to enter the trade. And we have news trading. Whenever there is important economic data announcement, okay, we trade during that time. And of course, swing trading is mainly is called long term trading, meaning you hold the trades uh, between a few days to a few weeks, and we try to look for major turns in the market, especially on a higher time frame, especially on the hourly or daily or weekly. So these are the types of signals we provide. And sometimes, one thing you must understand is, not the market is not always giving you equal opportunities at all times. Sometimes the market is doing well on swing. Sometimes the market is doing well on day. Sometimes it's swing. That's how. In fact, last month we did about close to I think 14 to 15%, if I'm not mistaken. This month, first week we were losing, and right now we are back on track. In fact, last Friday we made about 3%, and which right now I think we are flat. So we are still moving forward, and and that's how we do things. Yeah. So now coming back to the types of signals. Okay, these are the signals, and the validity of the signals or expiry time will depend on the type of signals. That means if you're a scalper, make sure that you don't hold your trade more than 6 to 12 hours. That means you go in a trade, and you should get your results, meaning you should see your profits taken within the next 6 to 12 hours. Otherwise, you close the trade at whatever the price the market is, and you take the loss. So at least you are following the rules. If you're doing a day trading, you must make sure that you enter and you close the trade within the next day. Momentum trading, it can be 2 hours to maximum. It can go a few days or even weeks, depending on the breakout or the reason for the breakout. News trading is usually we give the news trading is slightly before and after the announcement, and this is valid for the next, I would say, 6 hours. That means this news trading can be equally good as scalping, but the only thing is we trade during the news or after the news is out. Yeah, and swing trading, the validity of the trade can be few days to few weeks, depending on the market conditions and the market movement. So these are the validity of the signals and also the types of signals. The holding period and target. Okay, this, I think this is the same early on. Sorry, just hold on. So, so these are the validity and holding period. Okay, so make sure that if you are following a certain signals, and make sure that you stick to the rules. Okay, the reason why we are doing this kind of trades and we have differentiated and all this kind of signals is because, see, different people has got different wavelength and different character. So, see, like sometimes I tell you, like what I can do, you cannot do. What you can do, I cannot do. And this is what I strongly believe in. So different people are good at certain things. So what we are trying to do is, if you are good in certain things, we try to capitalize on it and try to make the maximum out of it. Yeah. So this is the thing you need to take note on that. So now coming to this is the summary of what is to be expected on the signals and what are your rewards and risks you can expect. Like for instance, scalping, the entry usually we give less than 30 pips away from the market. So that means like we put in a trade, it has to be within 30 minutes, 30 pips. That means right now if the market is trading at 112.35, chances are, we try to put a bill before 11205, and our rewards can be between 30 to 50 pips, and this the number of trades you will be getting is between 50 to 80 signals a week. That means this is the working can be hectic. Risk and reward will be very much limited. Okay, and validity is 6 to 12 hours, and two entries may be given at the same cross, first entry and best entry. So this is, I'll tell you what later on how we do things. That means, like, when we are wrong, we try to get out with the minimum damage. When we are right, we try to capitalize and make the maximum out of it, and that's what we try to do. So for day trading, the entry can be 50 to 100 pips away. Your reward can be 70 to 120 pips. Number of trades can be uh, in fact 2 to 3 a day, means, like about 10 to 30 trades, a week. And this is also the validity is 1 to 2 days. And this is also will give it two different entry money management, two different types of management. Okay, news trading can be away 20 to 100 pips away. We try to get in at the extreme levels, and rewards can be between 30 to 50 pips. And this can be like, this is basically the news trading is just like you as if you are going for a casino. You just go, you bring in your money, just come and sit in front of the computer. Either you make or you lose, that kind of thing. And sorry, and this is Of course, I wouldn't advise to everyone, but there would be some guys who are good at it, and who can generate income, regular income from this. So it all depends. You have to ask yourself later. Of course, I will be asking you a few questions. Then you ask yourself what would suit you. Then you may decide from there. How we can go about it. Momentum, same thing. 20 to 50 pips away, and rewards can be about 30 to 100 pips, and 10 to 20 trades a week. And this one has got no re-entry and all this. And swing trading is the most rewardable, but of course you have to be patient, and you have to give ample time for the your money to work, and for the market to move to the direction. Yeah. So this is the thing. And of course, do take note that this is all are just guideline. Okay, this is just a guideline, just an indication. There is no such thing as a fixed rule. So then sometimes we may enter a swing trade, hoping that the market will get a big move, but unfortunately the market didn't move. Then we may decide to take the profit at whatever we make, and that's how. So these are just a guideline. So that is, you have to, as we go on, we teach you and we guide you along. Then you you have to go according to your own pace. Any questions on this so far? Sorry, yeah, because in fact I lost my voice, so I'm having so hard time on this. So just my apologies on that. Okay, and of course, do take note. Nothing is possible without a proper money management, and we call it PT money management, means precise trader money management. And what we do is, we usually we follow the rules used to apply 1:1, or maybe even 1:half, or 1:2, depending on our confidence level. And our maximum risk per day should be not more than 2 to 3%. That means, like for instance, if let's say you put in 100,000, maximum we can lose is $2,000 to $3,000. Okay, that's the maximum we can lose. And for every trade, maximum we can go is either 1:half, 1:1, 1:2, or even 1:3, and that's it. Not more than that. That means, like for instance, if let's say I feel okay, I'm trading on euro today, and if I take three lots, let's assume three lots, which is 300,000. So if 300,000, maximum I can lose is 3%. So that means maximum I can lose is 100 pips. So if I put in a stop loss of let's say 40 or 50 pips, I can go three lots, no problem. But the next trade I take, I have to make sure that I ensure that this trade, the stop loss has been reduced by 1%, or or is moving in our favor or something. So if you have to follow this rule strictly, I mean, of course, this is the money management is the very key in success. So, and most people fail because you can have I can tell you, you can have a fantastic system, and you don't have a proper money management, you can still lose. And you can have a worse system, but you have a fantastic money management, you can still win. So that's the reality, and that's the truth. So you have to understand how this thing is done, how it can done, and make sure that you don't fall into the trap of this emotions, fear and greed. So this, I'll show you one example. Let's assume right now the euro current market is 112, and of course we will give you our view every day. We'll give you our view whether we see it up, or we see it down, or whether flat. All this will be generated on the report, and also on our website. So our view is up, and our price target we're expecting is 112.70. Our maximum stop loss is we cannot put our stop loss below 11130. That means which is 70 pips, 50 to 70 pips, and our target is about 70 pips. So what I would do is, because we will enter stage by stage, because the reason is nobody knows where is the lowest point the market can move, where is the highest point the market can move. We can, I see, we can project, we can predict, but there is no guarantee that the market happens or turns or settles there. So what we do is we try to enter half lot at a market, meaning, okay, I don't want to miss this move. I know that I got a 70 pips move, so I'll try to go half lot at 112, and I'll put a stop loss at 11150, which is I lose 50 pips, and if I make 70 pips. But half lot being so, I lose 25 pips and I make 35 pips. All right. So now the next level, my comfortable level of entry is 11170, but I do not know whether the market will reach that level or not. So what I'll do is I'll put in another order, try to buy one lot at 11170, and this time I put a stop at 50 pips, and I try to exit this earlier than the target. So at least I know that I do. Remember that, see, until we book our profit, the money doesn't belong to us. So the money can just come in and just evaporate. So you got to make sure that you have to protect your profits at the same time, and you have to put stop losses. And also remember, I think early on Daryl was asking, always remember that you need to put a stop as not how much you can afford to lose. You must put a stop loss at levels where you would not get stopped out unless your view is wrong. The same thing goes, you need to book your profit, not that what you expect the market to give you a return, but where you see the market moving uh, to the maximum. So at least you can get the maximum out of it. Then of course I can have, let's assume I have this trade and I have the market starting to move higher as expected. Then I will put in another half lot buy, stop buy at 11220, and I put a stop at this, and this is where I exit 5 pips earlier. So overall, if all the three triggered, I would make 1% return on my investment. That means I make 35 pips on the first trade, 45 pips on the second trade, and 22.5, which is 1025, which is 1.02 percent within a day. If two triggered, that means the first and second triggered, I make 0.8%. If one triggered, I'll just make 0.35%. Okay, this is the probability we will make. But on the other hand, if let's say I take one and get stopped out, okay, I'll lose 0.25%. If I get two and I get stopped out, I lose 0.75%. And if all three get triggered, then overall I lose 1%. So this one, you see, if I'm right, I make 1%. If I'm wrong on my entire view, then I lose 1%. So this is how we play the game. That means it's a probability game. So chances are you would not get all three filled and all three make at all times, and you don't get stopped out, and you lose money on all three at all times. So this is where a percentage of luck plays into role. Sometimes you put in a trade, sometimes you have a luck, you get an entry. Sometimes you don't have a luck, you miss the entry, but you are still right on your view, and you still right on your analysis, and you still make that money. So day in, day out, okay, we do this as a business, and we don't treat this as any form of gambling or whatever you call it, maybe a casino or what. So sometimes, we do. I mean, even if we are losing, we can still come back, and you can do, and you can still get back the money. This one is you just have to imagine like you are driving a car, I don't know how many of you know the game cricket, it's just like playing a cricket. Just enjoy the game, enjoy it every day, day in, day out. Driving a car means, that means you have to imagine as if you're driving a automated, fully automated car, whereby you just sit down and relax and you just watch and you just ensure that the automation doesn't fail at any point. Are you all with me? Are you all understand with me? Are you all with me? Yeah. So just imagine and you just try to enjoy that. And that's what I want you to do. And I'm seriously looking for professional drivers, okay, who can just travel with us. And today you can be a driver, and there will be a point whereby you will become one of my pilot. And just imagine, when I say pilot, means that means the speed we travel and the distance we cover. So that's what we are looking forward to, and that's what we want to do it. Okay, and remember, there are some guidelines and some stop losses, I mean some rules to be followed, and none of these rules has to be broken at any time. Remember that when more than three stop loss is triggered, that means you have to slow down the trade. Just like, when you drive your car, you know that there is a traffic jam and there is an accident happened before you. Naturally you have to, and if the system doesn't allow, because the system is just automation, that the system doesn't know the traffic conditions. Of course the system can navigate you the direction and reach you the destination, but that doesn't uh, 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 give you the road conditions. That's where you need to be there. Like if it's a heavy rain, you need to drive slowly. If it's a smooth ride, then you drive fast. That's where I need people to come in, and that's where I'm looking for. I mean, I don't mind training, but and that's what I'm looking forward to. Okay. Now, maximum trade can hold at any one time, because see, we can generate between 50 to even 100 signals a day. That's not an issue, or that's not a problem. But just imagine, like if you are not in control, and it so happened that 70 signals got failed, and you just imagine that each one you lose 0.3, 0.5, 70, you lose about 40 to 50% of your investment will be wiped out within a day. And which can be a major crash, and that is what we are worried, and that's what we are looking for people to come in to help us to do the job. So the maximum trade you can hold is 10 to 15, depending on the money management, and control the trade by increasing, decreasing the stop loss. So in other words, when the trade is filled, when the market starts to move in our favor, 20 pips, raise your stop loss by 20 pips. And that's what I want you all to do. Raise your stop. Then once it moves another 20 pips, raise another 20 pips. Do it until profit is booked, or finally you may decide to close with a profit. That doesn't matter. But as long as you are in control, make sure that you just follow and accordingly. Yeah. And control the trade by the direction of the moving. All this we will teach you. We will teach you. Not worry, and let your profits run. You have to cut your losses short. Always remember that when we make money, we capitalize on it. When we lose, try to get out with the minimum damage. And getting out with a loss is not a curse or not a crime. So as long as you are able to have that kind of mindset, trust me, you will become a fantastic trader. You need to have that kind of mindset, and you need to follow that rules strictly. Remember, the price level principle violation, all this, the price level principle violations on all this will be taught to you. The next session, when we go on, we'll teach you how to do, what do we mean by that, and all this we will teach you. And trade with zero emotions. Never fear to trade, never be greedy. This is the major reason why 98 people, 98 people or 98% fail in this industry. The success rate is only 2%. The 98% fails because they get emotional, they get very greedy, because the money comes very easy, and so, and a lot of people, they just do that, and that's what they do, and make sure you don't fall into that trap. And when you're closing the trade, whether stop loss or taking profit, bargain the best possible price. Okay, what I mean by that? Okay, that means when you're trying to close a trade, okay, try not just to hit the market and close. Try to close. You can see where the market is trading. So try to put in 1-2 pips. 1-2 pips. That's what I mean by bargaining. That is where you can come in and you can do us a lot of favor, because just imagine one day 40 trades and one day you save 2 pips, and 40 trades, 2 pips is 80 pips, which is 0.8%. And 0.8%, you do 15 trading days, is already 12% return, So that 12% itself can be a huge savings, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So that means whenever we try to close, don't just close blindly. Just put 1 or 2 pips, so at least you can close the best price. And of course, when the market really moves fast, then you have to close. That is a different scenario. But that is, we will be giving you ample training, and you need to experience that. You feel it, then you know what we are talking about. Okay, every drop of water counts. Yeah. So that means what I'm trying just now, every pip we save, it can be a huge savings. Just imagine, just by you saving 1-2 pips a day can save 12%. Then 1 year is already, is already like a 100% return on just the savings alone. So just imagine how big can be that savings, and that is a huge role being played by the traders whom we are looking forward to. Goal for the day: never lose and never miss opportunities. So we must always remember that we should not end the day on red, and also we shouldn't miss any opportunities. So either way, we should be staying in the business and make sure that we put in a trade and we move forward. Do not enter a trade without stop loss and time of expiry. This is the rule that must not be broken at any point of time. That means always remember that you put in and enter straight away, you put in a trade, expiry and stop loss must be there. Okay, maximum usage of margin should not go less than 50%. That means when you put in 100,000, so your usage margin utilized should not go more than 50%. So that means should be within 50%. So you are still in control. Stop loss may not be more than 70 to 50 to 70 pips per trade. Never close a trade unless price target is missed, or time belt is finished, or exceeded a number of trades, or any of the reason. That means, see, missing an opportunity is, to me, is equally good as losing money. That means, when you are right, when you want to make that money and you close the trade early, that also I consider is as a crime, and that should not happen at any point of time. And do not chase the market. Enter the market unless you are desperate to trade, because don't chase. That means you don't catch a falling knife. That means when the market starts to move, okay, you try to put in 1 or 2 pips lower, wait for the thing, not just put higher, and finally you end up catching the highest point, and the market turns and you don't know what to do. So do not be an addict. Do not overtrade unless you made profits. When price move your favor by 30 pips, revise the stop loss to cost. Trade with love and not have a nightmare. Okay, you must love to trade and not having a nightmare. That means when you on the screen, you are very scared, very scared to look at the trade, or look at the screen. Okay, maybe I'll just give you one live trade now. I'm just looking at the screen now. So maybe then after that we can have some discussions on the thing. Let me share my screen. Okay, okay. So far, I hope you all are with me. I may be rushing a bit too fast, but do take note. This is just the first session. So as we go on, we can go slow and steady, and we look at it. And of course, this is that software which I'll be using. I've been using it for my day in day out trading decisions, and all my decisions are based on all this, because this program has been written it's almost like 20 years of R&D, created, and this is the final product which we are very happy to share. Of course, this some of the things all will be given to full-time traders. Okay, so you look at this right now. What I see, you can trade. Okay, look at this. Yen is the strongest. Swiss franc is the second strongest, and of course we have other crosses also. In fact, other crosses, euro is moving, pound is moving. So, Swin, any of our order got filled? Euro, pound, anything? Only dollar sing, is it? Okay, but the euro all missed, huh? Okay. And if, anyway, because euro, we are still expecting. See, in fact, you see the euro right now is trading at 112.50. Okay, you see, this is the last price here, 112.52. So, in fact, you remember earlier on I gave a call. Our target was at 11265, and in fact, if we would have taken the trade, definitely we would have made money on this. Okay, I think we missed that entry because morning we were trying to enter at 11215, I think. Okay, let me see what are our calls. Yeah, we are trying to enter at 11205 and 11215. Okay, unfortunately, we didn't get that trade. So if we'd have got this, then probably would have made 0.4 to 5% on this trade. So this is where, you all can come in and see. Sometimes we give a signal, we give a call. You feel, there is a thing. Maybe you can go half lot, because our system doesn't give a half lot entry. So this is you can do, and probably you can take the trade and do it. And in fact, right now, okay, what I feel, uh, okay, euro has been a good buy. I'm still expecting it to push higher. Swiss franc, I'm looking for a good sell. Dollar yen as a good sell. These three are the crosses I'm looking now. Yeah, euro we can go for a buy. Pound also we can go for a buy. Dollar yen, dollar Swiss, all these four we can go for against the dollar. We can go. In fact, all this are giving a pretty good signal, and this is called a momentum call. So that means, we try to hit the market, and of course, I'll give you the stop loss and exit based on the momentum, and we can still go on the trade. So what we will do is, as we go on next week onwards, we can we will be doing more on the live signals. That means we'll give you live calls. We will trade live. Then you can feel it. You can feel the market, and you try to understand, what we are trying to do. Then you will know how to appreciate it. Until then, I think you will not know what is happening, or it's just a set of numbers, and you may not appreciate it. Okay, anyway, I think it's a good 1 hour session. uh Before I conclude, okay, now you can come to any questions you need to ask. Questions. Of course, next week I'll give you more live signals, and I'll share with you all the things I'm doing. This is just today. I just want to share with you the entire system, how we are doing things day in day out, and why are we confident that this program is going to be a big hit, and this is the reason. Any questions? Andrew? But why you got any questions you can ask? No, I can just still answer. 10 to, yeah, should be lah. Rule of thumb is just like, see, yeah, okay, the question is, Poor asked, say we say 10 to 15. See that I put the 10 to 15, that's the max. I put the word maximum. So sometimes it can be 5 trades, and you can still get that rewards, because we do not know which is the market that is going to be in the limelight or which is going to move. Of course, we can do a prediction to a certain extent, but our prediction sometimes we bet that euro is going to move today, but something else moves, and this is what happens. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Ah. Okay. Okay. See, okay, the last month day trading, okay, we made 3.7%, and this month we are losing 5 pips. Okay, this is on the day trading. Of course, there is no, you can just go into this and you just press details. You scroll down, it will tell you all the trades we have taken and all we got stopped out, all are there. Yeah, you can just scroll and see Sri for yourself, all the time, the trade is done and all this are there. Yeah. So no, that is 3.7% on the day trading. Okay, news we haven't started. Okay, swing last month we did 6.9%. Yeah, altogether it's about 10. And in fact, this month we are already 3% up on the swing. Okay, scalping last month we did almost like 9%. Yeah, it's almost like 20%. So this month we are losing. So we are still, but overall I think we are flat this month. We are already there. So momentum, and we have not started. So this too we are going to start soon. Yeah. So now, yeah, last month we did about that. So because this, see, the problem with this is there will be ups and downs. Some month we'll be doing fantastic, some months will be, because the market, if it's very quiet, then we won't be able to do that kind of return. So that's why average we got to see that, this is what we are doing, and this is what we do. But of course, when you look at this, when you say percentage, okay, this depends on what is the amount, you know. So sometimes, like you put in $1 million, 20% is 200,000. But I'm only risking maybe half, half a million. Then I only make 100,000. So there's got a lot of things to look at. Yeah. Any any other questions? See, those people there, you all are so silent. Any questions or any doubts you need to?
Raju,
Yeah.
you mentioned about OCO.
Ah.
Not all trades you will go on OCO.
No, 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 no. Not all trades.
Yeah, so
Only certain trades.
uh,
See, that means sometimes we give one buy, one sell. So if the buy is triggered, then the sell will cancel.
I
So
know.
if the sell is
What I'm
triggered, the
saying
buy
is,
is cancelled.
the condition, at in what condition do you go on OCO for your side?
No, because we look at the market. See, we are just a interpreter. That means we just interpret what the market is telling us. So we are trying to give you the best option to trade with less risk.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be always you get an OCO. If the market permits, then we try to give. If not, then we don't give.
So there are certain criteria you will consider in
Yeah,
order
yeah,
to
yeah. There
set
is there is
OCO.
some criteria which that's why I said, like, you see, just now I showed you that thing. This is like 20 over years of research.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of things which we look and we work behind the scene. So for you is we are just see, this is just like uh, just we are serving the food on the spot to you for you to
correct.
consume the food.
So you will take experience before you
Correct,
can actually be able to determine whether to go on an OCO trade, right?
correct, 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 correct.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, how about the others? Just a quick Afzal. You have any questions? Alvin, Daryl, Lucy, Sumadan, Simon, Siva? Yeah, Lucy. Okay, I don't blame you. You know, I mean, this is the first time you're coming in. You're totally new, so just sit down and listen and just relax. You know, so as we go on, then definitely you would understand what we are trying to do or what are we trying to do. Okay,
Yep.
gold, gold. Yeah. Okay, gold is moving up now. Huh? In fact, yeah, today I got caught. Uh, Actually, today I'm supposed to buy. I missed it. Okay, you see gold, is starting to move. Uh, I'm supposed to buy a lot of physical gold. I missed it. Okay, let me share you the chart. Or you mean that trading event? Okay, so basically, okay, the question, okay, what Andrew was asking is for those of you who wants to trade on gold. Okay, in fact, today I think yeah, Simon came and he said he's joining. So what you got to do? Okay, this platform we are giving a trading platform on this. So what you got to do is you got to give us a margin, you know, of minimum maybe about five to 10,000 now. Then we give you access to gold trading. So let me see how I can join. Wait, I don't know whether I can. Oh yeah. Okay, okay. I hope I can show you the screen. Okay, I think I forgot the password. So when you can check my password. No, no, no. No. This is login to the trading platform. You can see whether wait. See whether you can share the screen from here. Okay. Anyway, I'll just show you. Anyway, I don't have the password. Okay. What it does is you you can what it does is from here you log into the screen, you will be having a trading platform and you will be given a buying and selling price separately. That means you want to buy 1 kilo, what is the price? 2 kilo, what is the price? 3 kilo, what is the price? So you just buy and sell from there. That means it will be a separate. You just click, the system will buy for you, and you want to sell, you just sell, and the system will sell. So the in between the profit you make, and this will be in your account. And whenever you want to withdraw, you just withdraw. Yeah, the one you have to give the check to Berlin Harvest, then we will give you access to this platform. Then you can trade on your mobile or you can trade on the desktop. Is up to you. Yeah. Anyway, next time maybe I'll show you on this. Huh? Next time I'll show you on this. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, Raju, one more.
Uh,
Um, you know, for because of the recent, Trump and the trade war and all that, right? This one, does it affect the, currency fluctuation, terribly as I mean, as compared to like equity stock, it does affect quite a bit.
yeah, yeah. It's
What?
all see. It's all are related, lah. You know. You see, always remember that. It, but it, the percentage of affected or affection will be limited, not like unlike equities, because equities are directly into the picture and they were definitely affected. But
Okay.
currencies is mainly, the key factor is the economic performance of the country and the interest rate decisions, and that's how the currency moves.
Okay.
So to a certain extent, it will affect. I wouldn't say no,
Mm-hmm.
but it has got its limitations.
It's not as bad as
Yeah. Definitely, it's
equity.
not as
Okay.
bad as equities. Definitely, it's
Okay.
not. But like one thing you must understand that like Dow Jones now today is down 500 pips. I
Mm.
think I think probably the US would have announced the trade war, the thing hike. So that's the reason it's down 500 pips. And as a result, you expect the dollar yen and dollar Swiss to strengthen and gold to rise. This three, definitely the money will flowing into this three market. And that's the reason why you're seeing now the gold is going up. Dollar Swiss, in fact, dollar Swiss is down, In fact, dollar Swiss is down. I mean, when I say down means the dollar Swiss is up. Swiss is strong.
Mm-hmm.
So this are some of the fundamental reasons. Of course, this you can share with us, and as we go on, you ask, then we would definitely we would guide you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you see
Thanks.
here, like dollar Swiss, see the Swiss franc is strengthening. So in fact, we were trying to sell the dollar Swiss today, So unfortunately, I think we didn't get the trade. So if we have taken the trade, definitely today would have been a good day for us. Would have made at least 2-3% today. All our calls are on the right track today.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think with that I conclude today's session. I think for the first round, I think it was quite good. And by then, before I go off, before you sign off, okay, I just want to tell you one thing. Okay, maybe ask yourself, a few questions. Maybe the next time when I come in, I can ask you. Okay, I just want to know, what is your favorite animal? What is your favorite sport?
What again? Favorite animals?
Favorite animal. What is your favorite sport? That means sport. Whether like, doesn't matter, whatever whichever like. And of course, you need two things. One is uh, the favorite. I mean, when you say sport, one is you like to play, and one is you like to watch. Okay. Then the third question is, what is your favorite personality? That means famous persons. Yeah. So just think about this. The next time when I ask, then I'll tell you, because the reason I'm asking this is because it's got some related relation to the trading, because it
Mm-hmm.
defines your personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you who think, that you know what I'm talking about. So next
Yeah.
time, we'll do a better discussion and learning process. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
With that, okay, I conclude. Once again,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Bye.